What's going on, party people? My name is Eric Piccioni. I am documenting my process to financial freedom. This is a little bit off topic of what I would typically make around like financial topics. I just wanted to share my thoughts while I've got some caffeine in my system and I feel like rambling. So this recent thing that I've been doing in the fitness world is more about not so much trying to go hard in the pain every single day and have this like extremely intensive life where I work out for 2 hours a day. I used to do that in the past, and it has its pros and cons. But I, just for reference, I have a wife, I have a daughter, I have a family, full time job, like typical adult responsibilities, and we have one car, and we don't have a very walking friendly like street to live on. We live on a main road and there's no sidewalks. So getting to and from a gym is a little bit tougher. Obviously, I could go in the morning, but I don't want to pay for a subscription. I usually just do my workouts at home. So maybe this might help someone, maybe this won't. I don't really know. But what I do think it will do is just give you guys a different perspective on what I'm doing. I'm not saying what I'm doing is the best method. I'm not saying what I do is optimal in any way, but what I want to do is create a lifestyle that supports my time and allows me to get the same or very similar benefits, even if it's like 80% of perfect. I would rather focus on a decent method that I follow versus the perfect method that I quit. That is a phrase or a quote from Tim Ferriss. Love that dude. He's got a lot of really good like one-liners and ways that I can bring a different perspective to my business and my physical fitness. So as of right now, my focus is really just earning as much money as I possibly can. And there's a thing called the 4 burners of life. Not to get on a tangent too much, but it's like family, fitness, faith, and wealth or finances. And the 4 F's, I call them. And the problem is if you can only choose like 2 of them or maybe 3, but you definitely have to turn at least one off. And as of recently, I've definitely felt my burner being the lowest in the fitness perspective, and faith being a short follower after that. So, what I've really wanted to do is create a workout plan that allows me to take control over my time, but also get a very similar result. So, without beating around the bush too much, I'll just get right into it. I do this 5 days a week. I will very likely do it 7 days a week in the future, but I feel like it's important to give yourself at least some kind of rest. I mean, this workout isn't super intensive. I've only started doing it more extensively today, but I've been doing it on and off for the past like 3 months. So every single day, I will do 25 pull-ups, 25 dips, 50 push-ups, 25 pistol squats each leg, 30 seconds of L-sits, and 5 handstand push-ups. So kind of go through why or how I do it. I used to be very focused on just like doing the rep and just going through the motion of a pull-up or a dip or a push-up or whatever. And that works to an extent, but I would rather do 5 awesome reps, really good form and technique versus 15 or 20 where I'm just pumping it out, getting as fast of a rep as I can in, because there's a thing called time under tension and there's a lot of science behind certain things, and you will get a much farther or faster benefit of a workout if you just do good form versus if you do it 3 times as much in volume, because you'll also risk injury. So what I ended up doing is as good a form as I could possibly do, retract my scapula and really like go in for more of a bar to chest versus like just directly vertical. And I feel like that gives a much deeper workout. And slowing it down a lot too helps. So whether that's pull-ups or dips, trying to keep my elbows in when I do dips instead of flaring them out and putting pressure on my shoulders, or push-ups going all the way down to the ground or damn near close to it, instead of just going vertical again, almost having my shoulders in front and leading with my shoulders instead of being stacked all on top of each other like this. I have my hands lower, more towards my chest or more even below that. So that way the pressure is more on my chest as it should be. Same thing, not elbows flared, but more tucked in. Pistol squats, I haven't done legs a ton at all in the past couple months. So I just do an assisted pistol squat. That works perfectly fine. But again, focusing on controlled motions and L sits, my core is not ideal anymore. I've got the quote unquote dad bod now, but the L sit is really helpful. I like that because it gives me some kind of core work. All the other exercises do work to the core in some degree, but I feel like that's a good way to really focus in on it and stabilize it. And then handstand push-ups, that is a beast of a shoulder workout. I only do 5 of these right now, and 5 is all I need to know that I'm getting that work in. And it's not a complicated work effort. I do more of a assisted wall or wall assisted handstand push-up. So I face away from the wall, my heels are on the wall, and I just push up and down. Again, not making my elbows flare out, but keeping them close and almost stacking out. But I almost go out in front of my hands so that I'm putting more of the pressure on my delts than I am my like, I don't know, shoulders. It's a little bit less pain after I'm done, and I definitely feel it down my back too. So there's that's a nice one. But I like this because it covers all of your core fundamental movements. It's fast, it's intense, and it's a good way to maintain but also even build muscle over time. And I like that because I used to do a lot of weights, and all the time I was doing like bench press, barbell squat, deadlift. And I'm not saying those aren't bad to do. I prefer I mean, that's better than nothing, of course, and they're really good core movements. I used to do a lot of compound movements in the weight room, and it's great. I just felt like I wasn't in good shape when I was finished. I mean, of course, you could do rep ranges, you could do 12 or 20 or whatever, but I didn't feel like I was athletic when I was done with the weights. I felt very bulky, and this program is to me, it feels like I'm more athletic. I'm more agile in my movements, and I feel more well-rounded as a athlete. And I feel like most people, my opinion, should train more as an athlete to be overall well-rounded in many things that they do in their daily life. And this doesn't put a lot of strain on you. I prefer calisthenics now. It's like kind of where my focus is going, because also it's nice to just be able to bang out 50 push-ups with good form all at one sitting, instead of doing like you have to go to the gym to get your workout in. Like that, to me, the least amount of resistance that I can create myself, the better. So that's where my mindset's at. And I like this because it's usually ideally one set. As time goes on, I'm not doing too hot right now, especially since I've dialed more on the form. Like, for example, I did 12 pull-ups in a row, then 5, then 5, then 3. I would like to do them all in one set. I did 15 dips, then 10 dips. I did 25 push-ups, then 10, then 5, then 10. And I did 12 pistol squats, and then 13 the next set. I did 20 seconds of L6, then 10 seconds the next set, and then I did all 5 handstand push-ups in a row. And as time goes on, it'll get harder and harder. I used to do, just for reference, I could bang out 100 shitty form push-ups in a row. But since I've dialed the form in a lot more and like slowed it down and gone chest to the floor, keeping my elbows tucked, I can maybe do 30. It's a world of a difference when you change the technique, and you give yourself a better workout, and you put less stress on your joints in the improper way, so that you reduce the risk of injury. So that's where I'm getting at. That's what I'm hopefully the message is getting across. If you're looking for a workout routine, I'm not saying like this is the best one ever, but it's one that I can follow. It's one that I can keep up with because it's fast enough, it's efficient enough, but it's also intense enough for me to feel like I'm actually getting some work done. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know if you want to see another video in the future, but I want to make this channel to document my mindset at this current stage for my future self, my future family, and hopefully inspire someone else along the way. So thank you so much. God bless, and stay tuned.